It is 12:19 a.m. on Christmas Day 2023. My name is Sam Frick, and this this night, and I guess this morning, I should say, just kind of reflecting on what 2023 has meant to me. Not talked about personally, but more just the coverage around Northeast Corner. 2023 was a very good year for a lot of teams in our coverage. First off, with Fairfield, the girls basketball team winning their first and to this point only state championship in program history against Corden Central last February. Just a tremendous way to send off not just Bria Garber, but also her dad Brody and her mom Amy. Tremendous run for that Fairfield program. Obviously Eastside softball had a tremendous run as well that spring, along with the previous spring when they won the whole thing in 2022. And then this past fall, Bethany Christian winning the first state championship for the school in boys soccer. So I guess now we look at 2024. We have some potential headlines on the basketball scene. We start off with the NECC. On the girls' side, you got Eastside and Fairfield battling out for the conference championship. We're going to find out very soon, about a week from now, really. And, it's going to be at Fairfield, and it's going to be a game that very well could decide the conference regular season championship. And the way the tournament's set up, they could meet again in the tournament championship, which Fairfield also defending conference tournament champion on the tournament side of things. So Eastside's got a lot of work to do for them to achieve those ultimate goals over the next 3 weeks. You look on the boys' side right now, Fairfield is the only team undefeated in the conference race after Lakeland's upset of Westview. Can Fairfield do it? Can Fairfield pull off a sweep of the NECC in basketball? I think they have what it takes to do it. And I think the way in which all these teams have performed so far, Fairfield really is controlling their own destiny right now, it seems. Northeast state-wise, you got Norwell on the girls' side holding out to that conference lead over Columbia City. And, this next month's going to be pivotal on whether Norwell can achieve the ultimate goal of winning an outright conference championship. And, obviously the one big game they're going to have to focus on for sure is that matchup with Belmont in about a month from now. And obviously that game very well could be the deciding point of the NEA championship for Norwell. Really, Norwell controls all destiny at this point. Columbia City still has to play Belmont. They got to go to Belmont. That's always tough to do. And then they got to go to Huntington North. That's a tough place to play. So Columbia City needs help. And for Columbia City to get a share of the conference championship, really you're going to need Belmont to beat Norwell. And it could happen. They have a chance, but I don't know if it's a great chance. And I think Belmont relies a little too much on Haley Cole for my liking. And so I'm not sure if Columbia City's odds are that tremendously good. You look on the boys' side, obviously we don't know anything really about the boys' side other than the team that's favored to win the NEA got off to a 1-0 start, although Huntington North really gave the Lions a lot of trouble in that game. I think East Noble definitely has a say in this race. I think Columbia City is very much in the race. Norwell should not be counting out by any means. And then you got New Haven. I'm not really sure what to think of New Haven right now. It just seems like right now they're a very young team that simply just needs to learn how to compete and be able to consistently perform in the varsity stage, especially when they rely so much on a Johnny Washington. And right now, the team is just kind of growing up right now. And I think that was something I had a lot of concern about the moment I found out that Corbin Hamill had transferred to Kokomo. How do you build a team with one superstar and a lot of guys that maybe just don't have varsity experience right now? And yeah, Jeremiah Contral's there. Yes, I know there's some guys on the football team that are there, but it's not the same. And without a guy like Darion Brooks, without him, I just don't know if you have that type of forward that can complement a guy like Johnny Washington. And without Corbin Hamill, I just think you're losing that number 2 shooter on that team that had a lot of experience the previous season. And I think those are some big challenges they're going to have to face moving forward. The NEA is very balanced, though. And that's the one thing I take away from the boys' side so far. You look at the ACAC, the girls' side, it feels like it's Jay County or Bluffton, but I think the more I watch these two teams lately, it's probably leaning more towards Jay County of late. I think it really comes down to can Conley Alt stay healthy? Can Conley Alt come back from her hand injury? And if she can come back and she's healthy and productive, maybe Bluffton has a chance. But Jay County's pretty darn good. And, you got the Schwieterman girl, the Hallie Schwieterman, but I think Sophia Satzman's pretty good. You got the Mullenkamp girl doing some good things. They're a little bit of a grittier team this year, and I think that's something that, and Coach McIntyre has done a tremendous job of really implementing this program into keeping the standard of Jay County girls basketball that Coach Comer put in place for many years, and I think she's done a tremendous job with that. On the boys' side, Adams Central it just feels like Adams Central versus everybody else, especially after the fact they beat Woodland earlier this season, 77-70. I mean, who's going to beat Adams Central in this conference? I mean, maybe Jay County, maybe, but I just don't know if I like their chances against a team like Adams Central that has Isaac Schultz and Micah McClure and Reber and Ryan Tester. I just think the Jets are just a little more loaded offensively. I think they got some quickness to the team. I think they got some guards that are pretty good. And I think they defend decently well. And I think the thing is, with that loss of Belmont, I think they're going to learn a lot from that game, because I think it just shows you just where Adams Central needs to improve, especially on defense. I think they definitely could use some work on defending the interior a little better. And I think the turnovers were a problem in that game. And I think that definitely, I think that's a good loss for Adams Central. I think that's the type of loss they need to have for them to be successful down the line. But that's all I have. This is Sanford saying so long. Have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next time.